afternoon, Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to read for you all today Isaiah 54. And it first starts saying, Sing, O barren, that thou didst not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud. Thou that didst not travail with child, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord. And this is a breaking down of that verse. It says, In her exile and dispersion, Israel has been destitute and disgraced as a woman who had been born no children. The prophet calls for singing, however, because of the Lord's promise of future fruitfulness for the nation. That's why it said, Sing and cry aloud. Let's go to verse 2. It says, Enlarge the place for thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitation. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stalks. I'm going to read verse 3 as well, because that's both connected. And say, For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. It says, verse 2 says, The prophet commanded barren Israel to prepare for the day when her numerous inhabitants will require larger space to dwell in. And verse 3 said, The Messiah's future kingdom is to be worldwide, far greater in extent than the former kingdoms of David and Solomon. Let's go to verse 4 and say, Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed, neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame, for thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood anymore. And that said, Israel's sins brought on the Egyptian captivity, the Babylonian exile, and her current dispersion. But the glories of the future kingdom will be so great that they will overshadow past failures. Verse 5 say, For thy Maker is thine husband, and the Lord of hosts is his name. And thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the God of the whole earth, shall he be called. And it say, the basis for forgetting past failures is Israel's relationship to the Lord as her husband and Redeemer. Verse 6, For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused, saith thy God. Okay, let me go down. I'm going to read verses 6 through 8, because this expounds on 6 through 8. And it says, For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when thou wast refused with thy God. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy God. And this is going through verses 6 through 8 that I just read. And it says, Israel in exile and dispersion has been like a wife whose husband has rejected her. But this is only for a brief time compared to the everlasting kindness she will enjoy when the Messiah returns to gather the woeful wife. 9 says, For this is the waters of Noah unto me, should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I will not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. And it goes say, just as God swore he will never again judge the whole earth with a flood, so he has taken an oath never to be angry with his people again. He will fulfill this promise after this final restoration. This is verse 10. For the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee. It says, in the millennium, topography will change, but not God's pledge of well-being for Israel as a result of the covenant. I'm going to put down in the description box what that word means. because I have no idea what it means. I'll put it down in the description box once I go in and find out what it means. What 11? Oh, thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted. Behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphires. And I will make thy windows of a gates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders to pleasant stones. And it says the elaborate ornamentation will outfit Jerusalem to be the center of the future, external messianic region following the millennium. As magnificent as this is, it is not as important as the spiritual riches of the kingdom. When the truth and peace prevail along with righteousness, the Lord Himself will teach everyone during the Messiah kingdom, so everyone will know His righteousness. Jesus gave this verse an additional focus, applying it to those with spiritual insight to come to Him during His first advent. And I'm going to read verses 15 through 17, and it goes on to say, what was I at? Okay. And it goes on to say, and all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. And which is good, because it's saying that whatever dangers won't come near your house, won't come near your children, as long as you stay in God and you're trusting in Him. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. And that was verses 1 through 17. This is like really good because it talks about the prophecy of the Savior, as well as it talks about God's promises, where He's promising that He won't destroy and here He's pretty much talking about when He hit on Noah in the waters, meaning that He was just going back over the promise that He made before about not destroying the earth by water. He's going in to say that He's going to restore you, and He's going to also protect you and your children from weapons that are formed against you, whether it be the devil himself or it be family members or whatever the case may be that he may use to come against you. He's going to protect you from that. This is a really good reading. I'm so glad I got a chance to read this and break it down. This is really good. But that word I'm going to find, I think it was telepathy. Let me see. It was topograph. It's Topography, and I'm gonna put that down in the description box with the definition of the word to tell you all what that means, because I have no idea. So me and you both won't get an understanding with that word. But I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you enjoyed me expounding on those verses. I hope you got something good from it. I hope that you are encouraged and know that God is on your side, and that He's going to continue to protect you and your family as long as you keep Him first and acknowledge Him in any place that you're at in your life. Have a good evening.